Hello, everybody. So, tonight, we're just going to talk amongst ourselves. Okay, so I think the mic is working. I got it on auxiliary mic and auxiliary camera. I'm learning this crap. I guess I have to. I decided, look, I'm the other one watching right now. Wait till 4 people go. Oh, they got 4 people in here. So, I don't know where I'm going to go all the way to Arizona. My son wants to go to the West Coast, around Los Angeles. He wants me to take him out there to where I used to run around when I was a teenager. So that'd be somewhere around Los Angeles. Like I told him, I said, that's been 100 years ago. Almost. I said, yeah, it's been 100 years ago. It'd be 100 years ago almost. So it ain't the same. Let's see. Back in the 50s, I guess. In late 40s, early 50s. Yeah, somewhere in that area when I was a teenager. Back in them days. That's the way I look at it. I think I was in my 20s in the 50s. Yeah, somewhere like that. 1920. I'm telling you, it's been one of those days. I went shopping today. I bought some stuff at a thrift store. I bought a little toaster oven. And what else? Oh, a tray, metal tray. I have to show you all this stuff. And a serving tray. When like if you're sick in the bed, one of them stands up on its own. I figured that might be a good idea to have one like that when I get in the ambulance. And then I bought a twin mattress and set, a flat sheet, fitted sheet, 2 pillowcases, that kind of stuff. It was one of the real soft cotton ones. I like that. And about it. Oh, I bought some groceries. Bought me some. See if I can even get it. I bought some chocolate covered cherries. Let's see what's that down. There you go. In fact, I might eat something tonight. Splurge. About all I've done. I mean, the tree guy came. One of them did, and that they got all the tree limbs out of the yard except for that side of the house. And there's a kid going to get them tree limbs out. And up on the hill, they got all that. So I'm in pretty good shape. Oh, I got into the package. I like the milk chocolate, but this is a dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate, but not in chocolate covered cherries. I went and got my medicine at the drugstore. Made sure I got all my medicines till the 30th of December. So I don't have to go back to the doctor, excuse me, until the 30th of December. How about that? I don't know how to act. In about 45 days or so. Ooh, that was too rich for me. I could eat more. Yeah, but I'm wanting to get out of here and do something. I seen the Bob Wells on the TV tonight. I mean, on the internet. They're saying they're going to have a get together, but they can't claim it's an RTR. They don't want to pay the taxes and the responsibility for. If they have an event out there in the desert, they have to have bathrooms and all that stuff if it's a sanctioned event. But it's claiming everybody just going to go out there and go camping. Well, if you invite a bunch of people out there, you're still responsible. I hate telling that, whether it's not official or not. They always try to play it under the wire. Everybody. It's like churches. Oh, give them the money to the church and it's tax-free. Well, eventually, somewhere somebody screws up. That's usually the way I look at it. They're having a great get together out there, and let's see the unplug that. Fighting over this election crap. Give it up, people. I don't think you really like any of them in real life. That's my honest God truth. I don't think you're going to be calling any of them your friend. I started eating these things I can't quit. Yeah, I don't think you'd be calling any of them people and politicians your friends. Trump, Biden, or any of them, to be honest with you. They're all out for themselves. They could care less about the common person. If they could care less about the common person, they'd already do a lot of things. But I guess they ain't going to do it. My dogs are outside. I'm looking around where they are, my puppies. It's warm out there, so I ain't worried about them too much. Yep. Hello, Choo Choo. Roast Bean. Mr. Bean. What have you been up to tonight? I went over to my favorite thrift store. That's where I bought all that junk. They wanting help. I said, oh, nope, if I worked over there, I'd be the worst hoarder in the world. I said, my wages would be about all the crap that I wanted when it came in. I don't even want to volunteer over there. What I told her, I said I'd have a pile of crap. More crap than I go over there. I used to go over there once a week. Sometimes twice a week. Buy about $20, $25 every time I went over there. I spent about $20 this time. Just odds and end crap. You just got home. You had to save them thousands. Damn, I need you to work for me. I spend money. I don't make it. Well, I missed working. I really did. I missed working. I had a big office, big desk, big lab. And now when I quit, they had to hire a couple more guys to even fill my position because hell, I knew it like I was born into the damn thing. I mean, when I hit the door, I was already, when I hit that gate, I was already working. I mean, I didn't fool around this, that, and the other. I had my stuff, knew what I was going to do, blah, blah, blah. And I always was there about 30, 45 minutes before the people started showing up. And then I was always there 30, 45 minutes after everybody went home. And that's what makes a good employee. Be there before your boss gets there and leave, and don't leave till after he leaves. And he'll think you're invaluable, which everybody's replaceable. Trust me, everybody's replaceable. But you do the job below you because you came from there. You do your job that was hard for because that's your job. And then you venture off doing the job of your boss because he'll pile stuff on you that he don't want to do. Hello, Gail. We just talking about how our day was going. I went shopping earlier today. We get this camera down here. Bought some junk, some odds and ends. Went to Walmart, got my medicine, spent about $160 something on buying odds and ends and junk. Bought some chocolate covered cherries, which I know I shouldn't eat them. So there you go. I went to Goodwill, didn't buy nothing but a little metal tray. And then I bought a bunch of stuff. Let's see, I eat something like that and hiccup. Neighborhood thrift store. They won't help. I said, nope, I ain't working. I said, I wouldn't mind volunteering, but if I did, I'd end up with all that junk I'd bring it home. I said, volunteer, so they can't say when you come or when you go, oh, I got to go home. I don't feel good. But you got to, if they give you a check, you can't just up and leave. That's the sad part about that. That's what I'd rather be volunteering. Because I wouldn't want to work on a steady basis. Oh, Bill 58. Good to see you too. I wonder if this thing, how come this thing don't let you sub them from on there without their identification number? Because I usually like to sub everybody. I like to watch videos. I don't watch TV. I can't figure it out. My damn smart TV is smarter than me. No signal, it says. I said, well, hell, I got the damn internet. Until I can get a signal on it. We're about to go to, I guess it's 5Gs or whatever the heck they call it. So when they figure that out, you know, so they'll figure it out. It won't take them long. My phone company. I used to buy interest in a lot of things. I should have bought interest in IBM. I didn't think it was going to be much. I should have bought interest in McDonnell Douglas during the war. Yep. Or let's see. Facebook. Could have bought interest in Facebook. Everybody thought internet wasn't going to be much. Boy, did they get fooled. Hindsight's 2020. I did know phone companies. When Ma Bell broke up, I knew that was multi-million, dollars. When they broke it up to little bitty satellite companies, it was time to start buying interest in the little satellite companies. They've got them all over. Eastern Valley Telephone Company, Pioneer Company, all kinds of little companies around buy interest in them. Because they get a section of the block. And, of course, they get to sell their own phones and everything else, but they get a section of that county or two counties. So anybody getting a phone in that county, house phone mainly, or internet in that county, they'll have to go through your phone company to do it. So therefore, that's money. Filthy rich, huh? I've been there, done that again, lost money, made it again, and now I'm just comfortable. I just want to be comfortable. I have no drive for finances anymore. My daughter takes care of that crap. I just want to have my own time and my own way to just enjoy myself. And that's what a person needs. I was looking at some of these younger people living in RVs and this, that, and that, and I'm thinking, well, how in the hell are they making a living? Because I don't think you can even make a damn living on YouTube, but a lot of people say they do. A lot of them work online. They sell little businesses, this, that, and the other. I guess I could read medical transcripts and put them in layman's term for lawyers so they can fight medical cases. I guess I could do that. Gee, I ain't going to do nothing. Get enough money as it is. But that's a job. My wife did that for a while. She was a nurse, and she translated medical jargon down to so the lawyers could understand it and fight it in court. She did that for a while. She worked in a pharmacy for a while. Yeah. She had 2 jobs like I did for 7 years, trying to get her kids through college. It costs money anymore to do anything. I don't care what it is, and they charge you ridiculous prices for things. You know, like, okay, how come it'd be that much? You know, I've been watching the news and it ain't too cheerful either. They think Trump's gonna ruin democracy or something, or leave our country in a vulnerable situation. Hell, we'll survive. We survived Pearl Harbor, didn't we? Yeah, we'll survive. He's just hurting his next time a re-election deal, because anytime they'll put up this president coming in is going to put all kinds of laws and crap in place. If he gets the House, good. He's already got the House. If he gets the Senate, oh my Lord, God knows. Hope they wouldn't be no holding them back then, holding anybody back. I think too much power is dangerous, and not enough power is just as dangerous. Got to be even, something even there. That's my politics information. About done with that. I got to check the oil on my truck, my inlets, and the tire pressure. Restack a bunch of stuff in there before I take off. Get a bunch of stuff out that I'm not. I've got like 15. Well, I'm not. I know 7 of them at least. 7 sleeping bags. I only need 1, maybe 2. I don't need 5, 6, or 7 of them. I got them ranging from just a light blanket sleeping bag to 30 below zero sleeping bag. I'm going to take a bunch of that stuff out. Just take a bunch of baby quilts for the puppies. And I've got heater, so I've got electric heater that if I go to a campground, it's got power, or I've got propane heat. I can do that too. But hell, I can run a generator and run a damn electric heater. That way I won't even have to worry about carbon monoxide. Yeah, but I'm still got to change batteries in them. I'm doing that tomorrow. My smoke detector and my carbon monoxide. I won't want my granddaughter, when she was in college, she wanted me to take the old Volkswagen van. I had an old Volkswagen, still got it. Like the hippies had in the 60s. She wanted to paint it all up and me haul them around. The Volkswagen and the bus. And I said, well, a bunch of college kids, I ain't hauling them around. But I guess I could get. They're in the 30s now. Maybe my great grandkids. Well, they ain't quite teenagers yet. Well, some of them are, I guess. Hell, I don't know. Can't remember. I barely remember how many I got. My sister's birthdays. I got 7, I think. Yeah, 7 greats. Oh, they're all getting older now. I ain't gonna go that many miles a day. Hell, if I go 200 or 300 and decide to stop, I'll just pull over and stop. I think if I am traveling, I will pull into a RV park or something like that. I don't think I'll boondock. I ain't into the boondocking situation. Now, if I get out there, I'll boondock, because that's about all there is at that BLM land, Bureau of Land Management. But like I said, I'll be close enough to people. And I always take my gun. Yeah. And don't never tell nobody I got a gun. Just start shooting. They'll figure it out. They'll run. That's what they did during the war. Take cover. How's everybody else's day going? What have you guys done today? Hopefully constructive. I went shopping, thrift store, Goodwill, and Walmart. About all I accomplished today. Bought all kinds of crap that I don't need. I thought I was going to need it. That's what I bought it for. Tomorrow's taking a bunch of electronics out of that ambulance because I don't need a whole bunch of electronics. I'm going to take one of the flat screens out. I don't need two televisions, for God's sakes. One's enough. Let's see. Because I have an inside TV and an outside TV. I think I won't need the outside TV. I get that desperate, you know. I'll put it up. What else can I do? I'm trying to think. Whole bunch of connections for cable cords and all that stuff. I can go put it up. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Ape. Let's see. Okay. You wash clothes all day? Oh, hell no. My dryer's broke. Chris is the one that washes clothes. He's, hey, we got to get a dryer. I said, well, you got to get that one out before you put one in. Unless you can put one on top of it. Mm. Well, I try to have a good life. I mean, I ain't gonna let nothing bother. I didn't let nothing bother me when I was raising my kids. I had to work two jobs. I just had to work two jobs. Then I didn't get to see them much at all. And poof, 7 years went by and they were grown. Well, actually, it was after they was grown. They was teenagers. Thank you. I put enough money back, bought enough interest in stocks and bonds, federal pension, Social Security pension. I saved pretty good. I was a miser. Now, the 14 and a half years my wife was sick, I saved money like a miser. Because I didn't know if she needed a heart transplant or anything else. She had multiple strokes, what killed her. But hell, I was saving that money. I put it back, stuff it back. And after she passed away, hell, I started giving the shit away. I gave it to a bunch of people I shouldn't even give money to. My kids put a stop to that shit. My daughter did. She tried to put me in a nursing home. It didn't do her no good. I was depressed. And that was the only time I was depressed. I could not save a person from dying. And I don't think anybody can. But I thought I could. I was putting all my medical knowledge to work, and it didn't help. Well, it might have helped, but it didn't save her in the long run. Okay. Let's see. Well, I gave enough of that to my kids. I've got one of them that, I don't know, she's a mess. She's in Colorado. I haven't heard from her in forever. I put her in my will, though. That's about all I can do is put her in my will. My sons want me to change a bunch of stuff in my will because I haven't even added that. I bought some land here, there, and yonder. I've not even put that in the will, so I need to get it in the will. That's what he's rapping about. I said, because if you don't, they're all going to fight over it. What are you going to do with it? I said, well, I told you that one up in north, stuff up in Nevada, you can have that crap. I might buy me some land in Arizona, though. That's what I'm going out there to look around for. Because that way I want a winter place in Arizona and a summer place in Nevada. Well, yeah. And then a spring and fall back here at home. We have short springs and short falls. But that's what I want to do. I went and checked out South Carolina, Tennessee. The options back east, well, they want too much money for the land. I'll be honest with you. They just want noodles and goodles and gobs. Well, unless you want to buy where there's syringe needles in that, in the front yard and all that kind of crap, But and then I found a lot of derelicts land back in that way, where it's, and I ain't running anybody down, but I don't want to live next to a damn hog farm. I don't want to smell that shit every day. I want to be out away from people, and they're just, you ain't ever out away from people back east. It's, go a mile, and there's about, you might, if you're lucky, you might have a neighbor a half a mile, three quarters of, a quarter of a mile away. Most generally, they're 50 foot away. Yeah, it does. A lot of things leaves a sore taste. I got mineral rights. Yeah. Hell, I got mineral rights right here where I'm living. But hell, anymore, you have to have 100 acres or more to even get any money on mineral rights. And then you have to get a well on it. Then if you want to drill it independently, it's $1.5 million. So therefore, you join a corporation or whatever, and they're going to take 90% of it. So you just get a small fee. Yeah, I already found out all about that mineral right crap. You lease it, 10-year lease, 20-year lease, or 100-year lease, 99-year lease. They don't never say 100. 99 with options. That's what they call it. Yeah, I did all that mineral lease. I want to buy some mineral lease, federal land, mineral rights to federal land, because that way you can use the surface rights, park on it, whatever. But it don't cost $5,000 for like 40 acres. Well, hell, why not? $5,000, you can drill a well, you can put in, a mine or whatever you want, or just hell, I just pan for gold and use metal detector. Shit, that's all I do. I want to stay in this. Usually put a shipping container on it, because that's why you say, well, shipping container. Well, it's not a house, it's not an RV, it's not nothing, but something to hold your equipment. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, they went gripe. It's a shipping container. It's going to hold my mining equipment. You have the right to secure your equipment that you're going to work the mines. So okay, I throw a, a pan in there or whatever, or a sift or whatever that when it runs down through. I do too. I hope I stay healthy. You never know. Well, that's what you're doing. You never own the land, but you buy, and you can sell it, and your kids can inherit it. You buy the mineral rights to that land to work a mine or whatever. And I believe you have to take ore in or whatever you found once a year to have it. What they call that? Geologists check it and see if there's any ore or value to it or whatever. They say it's something. What do they call it? But I forget the name. But I mean, hell, $5,000 for 40 acres that you can. Hell, you're even allowed to plant a garden on it. You're allowed to have a structure on it. I mean, and you keep people off of it because you can claim that they're now hunters are one thing. You can't keep them from hunting on it. Okay, that's fine. But you can keep people from jumping your claim, prospecting on there or parking on it for any period of time or whatever, because that's called jumping your claim. If they pick up one grain of sand, that's jumping your claim. And so, well, they're going to pick up one grain of sand if they walk across it, per se. Yeah, so you lose a lot of your mountains due to they strip mine coal and stuff and use that big power machine to blow water and strip the land. It's called, what did they call this? Something. What do they call that? Oh, damn, I have to Google it. Where they use that high-powered water to shoot across the land. Oh, you can do it in Colorado. You can buy mineral rights in Arizona, Mexico, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, in Nevada. I mean, it's all over. Just look for mine leases or mineral leases for sale on. You can do that on what is the name of that place? Somethingland.com. What is the name of that? Landwatch.com. Landwatch.com. That helps. Yes, that is exactly what they call that hydro excursion, whatever the hell the word is. But that's what they do. Yeah, they shoot all the dirt off of it and mine the rest of it. Strip mining, they do that too. They just keep digging a big hole, just keep digging a damn hole, and it ain't working, man. It's like uh, them what they down at the quarries, and they dig big holes, then fill it up with water. Sand pits will do the same thing. They strip the sand out, and water fills it up. But I won't. What I do is leave it natural and just do a little panding, go in the streams, because most of them up there where I'm looking at Colorado, they have a stream or water that runs through there, and you can just sift through the water. I don't want. You might build a sluice. I guess that's what they call it. It's just a deal that drops down. And I don't want to change the land too much. I want to go in there and dig big damn holes. I just want to go up there and camp. You know. Oh, black lung, that's bad now. I'm sorry about your dad, but that's bad. That black lung disease. Actually, they asked you when you if you ever mine coal or anything like that. Yeah, that black lung kills you. And they're worried about a bunch of wearing a damn mask. They should have gave it to them damn coal miners. That's what happened. So after the war, the Second World War, I hope to hell we never have another war like that, or the First World War either. But the Second World War was as bad as the Civil War. But more Americans died in the Civil War than they'd ever died in America. Of course, it's all Americans. The North and South were both Americans. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to get, I'll be honest with you, because I'm always honest and I'm going to get into shit. When I die, I'm going to let Chris wants to take over this channel. I said, okay. And he's going to have to go to the doctor. He's trying to get his disability. He has got some lungs. We think he's got lung cancer. God forbid if he does. But his health, he bends over, he gets dizzy, wants to fall out. He can't walk from here to this damn car without running out of breath. And it ain't really just because he's overweight. It's he can't breathe. And he's been using my oxygen machine here. I'm doing real good. My oxygen level was 98, I believe it was. But I have trouble at night or when I get depressed and sit too long. Well, I don't try. Right now I've got 3,996 steps. So I'll try to get my 4,000 in before midnight. And the most I've ever got is 9,000 steps in one day. But that's good for me. I don't sit on my butt a lot. Yes, you're right. I think it is a heart problem. His mama had a bad heart. She had what they call an enlarged heart or irregular heartbeat, caused from an enlarged heart. And so her side of the family, hell, they all died young. Her brother was 14 years older than she was. He died real easy, but he was way overweight, and he had a bad heart. And her mother had a bad heart. The old man had bad kidneys and a bad heart. He was on dialysis for 3 or 4 years before he died. And the hell, nobody could give him a kidney because hell, they didn't have no survivors after the Holocaust. Yes, it's that bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But anyway, I was going back. He's going to get on the channel with me and this, that, and the other. And I thought, well, if I get enough people, I've had this channel forever. And he loves to do a lot of crazy things. And I thought, well, if you get a little AdSense, a little disability check, and my inheritance, what I'm going to leave him, maybe he'll make it all right. I mean, it's hard for a parent to leave kids, and I've lived too long, because every one of my kids are getting ready to retire one way or the other. Either to their age, he's in the 50s, or they're 60, 2 or 3 or 5, and they're ready to retire. But you know, I want them to be financially stable, and like my grandkids. I keep telling my grandkids, there's no reason to be poor in America. I had a channel up there like that, and I showed people how to make money and wasn't even able to make money. You know, you can buy stuff at reduced prices, sell it on eBay or Etsy or something like that. I mean, if you know what you're looking at when you go to a thrift store or a garage sale, I bought 2 green salt wells, and that's made in the 1600s. There's glass, and I bought them for 50 cents a piece and sold them for 5,000 a piece. Yeah, it was 500. Excuse me, 500 a piece. Yeah, I got $1,000 for 2 of them. They usually put one at one end of the table, one the other. Well, the old gal that was at the thrift store sold them to me for 50 cents a piece. She just thought they was a hunk of glass. A long time ago, the salt was so granular, you wouldn't go through a salt shaker. It was bigger crystals. So there you go. And I found all kinds of stuff that was antique. Hell, I was raised in that era. Anything I remember grandma or grandpa having, well, it was, that'd make it over 150, 200 years old. See? Well, thank you very much. I think, like I said, when I die, heaven will shake and earth will tremble. That's what God told me. He said, when joy leaves the earth, that's what'll happen. He called me Joy. I don't criticize people for their judgments, their lifestyle. Everybody. I've made tremendous bad mistakes, but I've made a lot of good ones. And everybody is human. And they're bound to make mistakes, but they're bound to make some good choices too. You know, so I mean, I ain't saying murderers, rapists, or thieves, and then but I'm just saying little bitty, like smaller mistakes. Let's say I speeding too fast. Got a ticket, got to pay it. That kind of mistakes, or no, I'm not going to go over there. And when I should have went over there and done that, I put it off to the next two till it was too late. That's kind of mistakes I'm talking about. I'm not talking criminal mistakes or that kind of bullshit. I'm just saying, that's why a parent, like being a parent, if you ain't made mistakes, then you ain't a parent. I don't know who the hell you are, but you're not a parent. Yeah, a lot of kids don't realize, and I'll be honest with you, my kids doesn't realize because they're not an orphan yet. It was hard on when to lose their mother. But like I said, when I lost my parents, both of them, I realized I was an orphan right there. I realized I was an orphan. And because I could always say, well, and this is them. They could always say, well, if I hit it real rough, I'll just go live with dad. That's what they say. And they've done it. Or they say, I'll go live with mom and dad when Kathy was alive. And they've done it. 5-year stretches, 7-year stretches, 8-year stretches, something like that. I don't think I've had none for 10 years after they got married and got divorced and come back. But I've had them for anywhere from 5 to 7 years, live with me. And that's nothing really under 7 years, maybe short bursts, but most of it was 5, 6 years. They stayed with me until they get back on their feet because they didn't have to pay rent here. They had to buy groceries so they could take their money and catch up their bills and the bankruptcies and all that other stuff they went through. Their divorces, basically. You know, you know. The trouble of it is, I really didn't have any kid that ever cheated on their mate. Now, their mates cheated on them, but my kids, I learned them from a young age. I said, it's all right to be tired of one another and want a divorce. I understand that. Before you go look somewhere else, this is what I told them. I said, before you go look across the fence at anyone, you walk your ass right up to face with them and say, I'm done. I want a divorce. And then if you want to go start looking around, you're entitled to it. But you don't do that shit while you still got that ring on your finger. You see what I'm saying? And they knew that. I said, you're not even going to catch hell from your wife or your husband, but you're going to catch hell from me. Because they have every right to be notified that it's done between you. That's a respectable thing to do. It's over with. It's done. And just like I told him, I don't want nobody to hold me that don't love me. And if you don't love them, don't keep a pretense up, and vice versa. If they don't love you, then let you go. Yeah, that's my opinion. And I'm very, when I make my mind up an opinion, that's it. That's what I'm saying. I didn't let my kids date till they was 18 either, because they don't need to start a family at 16, like I did 16 years ago. They need to be grown women and men. Men actually shouldn't be getting serious about somebody till they're 25, because all the finances should fall on their shoulders. Now, like I said, it's nice if your wife works, but if she doesn't work, that means you got to work twice as hard, because they're their helpmate. It's still your responsibility to feed them, clothe them, and take care of your kids also. Because it says in the Bible, the man that does not take care of his family is an infidel. And an infidel don't even believe there is a God. So that's pretty bad. And that's what God's wrote in the book. Yeah. Man don't provide for his family is worse than an infidel. Here I go preaching again. You'll know when you fall in love with somebody, Gil. I mean, if you can't sleep, I'll tell you what love done to me when I was a kid. You can't eat. Your mind's always on them. You can't even concentrate on your job, or you're sitting there staring at the clock saying, I'll be glad, that's what love's about. You're thinking more of them than you do yourself. And it's the same way with a parent. If you can't give up anything for your children because they need clothes, shoes, and then provide. I had a son-in-law. Every time my daughter bought clothes for her children, him and her bought, she had to buy clothes for him too. That's how spoiled he was. When I knew that marriage wasn't going to work, because he wasn't willing to give up and sacrifice. And marriage is nothing but sacrifice. And I'll be honest with you, you got to be willing, man and women, you got to be willing to sacrifice. Well, okay, Choo Choo. Now you really want to know this question. How old are you first? Because if you're under 18, I ain't going to give you this damn answer. Yeah. And hopefully you're over 21 before I give you, because there's a deal in the Bible that in the Jewish deal that you have to be a certain age before they ever give you the Shasharana or whatever they call that book. But this one here, how old are you? 50. Okay, I can tell you this. Yeah, kids always come first. Let me see what your question was. What does the Bible say about a woman should do and take care of her husband? Okay, God said this: what a man and woman do in the privacy of their bedroom is their own business. It ain't even, in other words, it ain't even God's business. Well, so whatever they do behind closed doors is their business. You see what I'm saying? And for as a woman, she should provide as much help to her husband as she possibly can. That's why God didn't call her a wife, called her a helpmate. And you can get sex from a person you love, anything you think, you know what I'm saying, because you love them. You ain't going to abuse them, this, that, or they're not your whore, they're not your prostitute, and vice versa, he ain't your gigolo. But you should be able to win. If you really love somebody, you want them to satisfy them more than they satisfy you. But the Bible says whatever happens between behind closed doors is their business, not even God's. But a woman should uplift her husband. She should never be middling. She should always make sure he has a hot meal, clean clothes, and vice versa. He should always provide food on the table, so on and so forth. It's a 50-50 proposition, but it's actually 95-95. You see what I'm saying? If you're too selfish, if you're too thinking about yourself all damn time, and or nobody else matters, it's that and the other, you can't be overbearing. You've got to be able to be a partner to somebody. And if they're not the partner that you want, pack your shit and get. Vice versa. No, the Lord does not. That ain't coming before the Lord in devotion. You love the Lord with your heart, mind, body, and soul. We're talking about sex. We're talking about well, to love your wife is to love the Lord if you want to know the truth. You know, to actually love another human being more than you love yourself. It is what God intended. Like God said this: to give up your life for a friend is a true friend. So if you're not willing to die for your wife, you didn't love them that much. Vice versa. You see, that's like a woman will die to protect her kids. Even in the wild, a mother lion, a lioness, will give up her life in defense of her children. You see what I'm saying? Chicken will do it. Dogs will do it. Almost every animal will do it. Well, we're a little bit more than the animals, and we're even above the angels. So therefore, you've got to read this. You've got to be willing to sacrifice. Yeah, the Lord wants you to love Him, heart, mind, body, and soul. But when He gives you a mate or gives you a child, He calls a child a gift. That's what children are, gifts. Let's see here. Let me read this. No, yes, the Lord has to come first, but how do I put this? God is with you always. It says that in the book. He is your little voice on the inside of you. Some people call it a conscience. Some people call it, deja vu. It's the little voice that says, "Oh, all right, choo-choo. You shouldn't pick up that equipment right there. That don't belong to you. Don't put that shovel back. That don't belong to you. That's not yours. Don't go in a store or rob a bank, or that's not a smart idea." That little voice, that's God. And if you listen to that little voice, yes, you put everything below that little voice. But when it comes down to becoming as one, then that's your mate. You're not really putting God above them. You're how do I put this? You're basically sharing yourself and God with them. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, honor your husband, honor your wife. Okay, that's true. Yeah, put God first, but you're putting in a different sense. See, God God really don't have anything to really do much with sex other than be told you to be fruitful and multiply. When God said in the Bible, it said, "Let us create man," or "Let us create the animals." When He created man, He actually put His hands in it and did it. But when He said, "Let there be light," there was light. He said, "Light be," and light was. You see what I'm saying? He didn't. Whatever He thinks it is automatically done. You see what I'm trying to figure, so you can understand it. Light be, light was. Let the firmaments of heaven separate, and it did it. All He had to do is think it, and then it was done. It didn't have to come out of His mouth. All He had to do is think it. But when it come down to man, He put a little work into it. Well, hopefully you picked a wife uh, that will uplift you versus what does the Bible say? It's better to live on the roof than go down into the house with a dissatisfied woman. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, but that can all be turned around. First, you got to figure out what they want. And she should, if she loves you, she should figure out what you want. You see what I'm saying? And now she can't be satisfied. That's why he tells you not to get crazy with sex, because all this third partner, fourth partner, and all this other shit. Wife swapping, all that shit, because that's abusing sex. That has nothing to do with enjoying sex. You know. But if you can't live with a woman, or woman can't live with a man, try to if you can't satisfy them, because most people can be satisfied, physically, mentally, all kinds of stuff. They can be satisfied. What is it she wants? And then you should be firm too and said, well, and like I told my wife, Kathy, that was her name. I said, Kathy, it ain't my place to make you happy. What my place is to provide you with a way so you can make yourself happy. In other words, I gave you a roof over your head. I gave you children. I provided food and everything else. You've never had it that rough. We've had some rough times, but I did the best I could. I provided. But for its happiness, that comes within. You see what I'm saying? Some women, oh, I'm not happy. Well, how come you're not happy? Then there's a reason behind it, and then that. My best advice to any couple, if they're still married or whatever, is to talk to their mate. And that is in and out of the bedroom. Just be blunt and talk to your mate. If it's something to do with the house or it's something to do with the bedroom, just flat talk to them. I'm here for you. In other words, your body is not your own when you get married. Do you realize that? It's not yours, it's theirs. You gave it to them in marriage. So whatever they want to do to your body, within reason, they can't cause pain or whatever. But how do I put this? Because he's 50, he's old enough. In other words, you should be able to make them happy, and they should be able to make you happy within reason. Yeah, woman, you never, never, never use sex as a tool. That ain't what it was invented for. You're right, Gail. That's not what it's invented for. You, my wife never did do that to me. We was separated a lot because I was, in the military, this, that, and the other. But we never used sex, and we never went to bed mad. We worked it out. We'll go sit here and talk for 2 or 3 hours. We'll figure this out. You see what I'm saying? Uh, but it works both ways. Uh, King David, okay. He married, his first wife was Saul's daughter, King Saul's daughter. Okay, David danced naked before the Lord, she made fun of him. So he said that she would go to the grave never having his body again. In other words, you're never having sex with her again. Of course, back in days, if he didn't have sex with her, nobody else was going to either. So that's what he did to her. He withheld his body from her. Of course, he was allowed to marry another woman, and so on and so forth, and go on with his life, because they had 2 or 3 wives back in them days. But that's what he did to her, because she made fun of him. You see what I'm saying? She broke her vow by humiliating him, and because a wife should never do that, you know. I mean, I don't know your married relationship or this, that, and the other, but I'm going to tell you, in any relationship, sit down and talk to them. What do you want? What do you like? And how can we change it? And then tell them write it down if nothing else. And then you should tell her what you like and want and what you expect in life to come. Because you're married for life. Let me see what you should. Well, most men should not have to deal with that. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, yeah. Most men, they should not have to deal with it. I wouldn't have stayed married. I mean, and I ain't gonna say it, but I would have said this. I would have stayed with a woman 15 minutes if she didn't love me as much as I loved her. Because you get one life on this planet, one damn life, choo choo. It's all you get. And I'm not gonna stay with somebody that like that song. If I'm not your everything, then let me go. You see what I'm saying? Because you are my everything, and I'll learn to live with it and deal with it and go on with it. But they don't cherish me as much as I cherish them. It's telling me to exercise again. That's what the little guy does. Uh, but if, that's because damn it, you're entitled to. I mean, you're entitled to somebody that really loves you. You know, I mean, to me, that's one reason I won't get married again or won't even have a relationship again. Because I don't think I could find somebody to fill that void. Because I don't think they would measure up to my only wife I ever had. Because then it'd be cruel to them thinking I want them to measure up to Kathy because they never could. You cannot get back my youth. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I could care for a person, love them, whatever, but it would not be the same as you staying with somebody 50, 60 years. Let's see here what we got. I'm rattling again. You like me, huh? Okay. I'm just old and been around for a while. Free will. Free will comes to when God said you have free will. Yeah, you have free will. The only thing God gave you free will for a reason, and the reason He gave you free will is to you pick your mate by their smell. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Has little to nothing to do with free will. I gotta turn this rotating thing off. Okay, let me turn this rotation off. The rotator right there it is. Turn it off. We have free will, but the point about it is, what do you want to do with your free will? First you got to figure out what you want in life. Okay, I want to be happy. Okay, that's what most people want. They want happiness. God forbid you say you want riches, because being rich might not make you happy. But being happy, then okay, what makes you happy? You know, that's what men and women need to answer themselves. What makes you happy? Okay, me, I like to get out, go camping, be take a lot of pictures of the landscape. I don't like city lights. I don't like big crowds. I like isolation. This that, and that. You know what makes you happy, and don't be afraid to converse it. Now, if you got a bunch of perverted tendencies, you need to pray about that one. But you know what makes you happy. And then be honest with your wife. It's her job to not to make you happy, but to put in a position where you can be happy. So, because I don't like coming home to a cold meal, or you popped up there smoking cigarettes, drinking wine, and watching TV, and they took care of the house or nothing else all damn day long. You know what makes you? I don't know one person from another. Before sex, okay, why do you not want to have sex with me? They got to answer that one. Is there a physical problem? Is there a mental problem? There's got to be something. Tell them you got basic needs, and most men do more than women. But the point about it is, okay, he's old enough to tell him this. I'm gonna tell him. To have sex with a woman, it's a 3-day process. Oh yeah. Probably Gail could testify to this. She's a woman. You got to whine and dine them. Get them in the mood for it. You can't say, well, okay, we're going to have sex in 15 minutes because you left them on the front porch because they ain't ready for it yet. You got to, do little things, or, uh, just small odds and end things around the house, maybe. Give them time to be themselves, bring them in some flowers or something. Don't just because I give them flowers don't mean I'm going to jump in bed that same day. It takes 3 days basically to get your mate involved into ready to have sex that you want. Unless you just want a quickie and get your body satisfied and go on. Forgot the K. Okay, let's see what you choose. That's, praise God, you have that close relationship with the Lord and good kids. Okay, but you could find out, Choo, what's missing in that marriage. And the best way to do it is, don't put her under the 3rd degree. That is wrong. But you can ask questions. Is it, is it me or is it you? You see what I'm saying? Maybe she's had children, don't see the need for sex anymore. That's the way my wife was. But she only had sex because she felt it was a position for her marriage or whatever. Or they have a physical women go through the change. They have a dryness there that can be eliminated with KY jelly or something. But they just sit out and talk to them. Maybe something simple. Maybe she's too damn tired after doing this and doing that and doing this. Then, hey, take off for the weekend. And don't, just because you went and took her somewhere for the weekend, let's say you took off for the Friday night, Saturday night, you're going to come back Monday morning. You took a 3-day weekend. And you only had, let's say you only got sex one night, let's say the Saturday night or Sunday night before you came back. I mean, that whole thing was to get her stress level down and everything else so you could enjoy one another. I mean, you got to figure out what it is. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, they do when they start going through menopause. Gail's right about that one. Well, that's something you got to eliminate right there. You need to get back in the same damn bed. I don't give a damn if anything goes on. Let's see here. Yeah, well, she needs to get away from and let that kid's old enough. And even if he's, let's say he's handicapped or whatever, you can go check on him 3 or 4 times tonight if you had to. Set your damn clock. But she needs to be in your bed. So that's something you guys need to work out and get back in your bed. Okay. I'm reading what you said, Gail. Oh, 10 years younger? I don't give a damn if she's 50 years younger or you're 10 years younger than she is. She's your wife. She should be in your bed. And I would ask her the question, why are you not in my bed? If it's checking on a child or whatever, because he's handicapped or whatever, I can understand checking on him, but not sleeping with him. And not in the same bed. If he's that sick, then you should be sitting in a recliner or a chair beside the bed and listening to him. I know you agreed. But you got to work on that one. She should have. There's a reason she got out of your bed for some reason. You got to figure out what that reason was. If you have to talk to her. She's got to get back in your bed because that's not a marriage. Now, I've seen people have 2 twin beds in the same room because me and my wife had 2 separate bedrooms. But when I turned over, she bounced out of bed because I was a big old log and she's a little bitty tiny 4'11" woman. She said she's 5 foot. She never was 5 foot. She's 4 foot and 11 inches tall. And that was with heels on. But your best bet, like I said, you got to get where you're compatible. And the way to be compatible is to reach out for your lover in the middle of the night, or just hold them. You know what I'm saying? Sex don't have much to do. Just reach over and hold her and cuddle her and all this other stuff. And she should do that to you. You know what I'm saying? She can't do it if you ain't in the same bed. Well, like I said, you know, I've been around and lived a long time. And I've had same damn kids that talked with my own kids. It's like I told my son, I said, now when you get married, now I've known you been a little while, little sucker, and sleeping this, that, and the other, but your wife is not your damn prostitute. She's not your damn hooker. She's your wife. Now, sex that you'd had with some of these prostitutes and hookers might not go over with your wife. You know what I'm saying? They're sort of going to dictate what they'll do and what they don't do. You know, and some of them wild women, they do any damn thing they want to. I ain't saying they were prostitutes; they just wilder girls. Because usually you pick somebody like your mother when you get married. You want somebody reserved and this, that, and the other. Just like I said, I mean, I used to run around with, when I was about 15, I used to run around with this girl. Oh my God, she's wild. You just drop a hat and she's ready to go to any kind of sex you wanted. But I'm thinking, well, I don't want to marry this girl because she's too damn wild even for me. And if we had kids, can you imagine how wild my damn girls would be? So I didn't think I wanted that. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. So you're wildos, but I don't think I want my girls being as wild as she was if we'd had children. You see what I'm saying? You know. Well, you need to sit right now. That's not a damn marriage. That's a person that lives in your house. Now, if you're willing to put up with that, fine. How old are your children right now? That's what I want to know. And if is any of them physically handicapped, so on and so forth. I'm just going to be a nosy here. There's something wrong there there's really something wrong. And does she feel like she's trapped in a marriage? I don't know. There's something underlining something there. Has she ever been? Because some women, I'll tell you what, if they've ever been out alone or whatever and got raped or something like that, they have something might have happened like that. I don't know. God forbid. 14. You've only got the one son that's 14. Rest of them grown. I know, like I said, it sounds like you love her dearly to be putting up with this and going, that many years or whatever without having a relationship. Well, I would just sit and talk to her. I would have a very serious damn conversation. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's only going to get worse unless you break out and say, I got to talk. We got to talk. You know what I'm saying? And God, I don't know how much worse it could be if you haven't even kissed or hugged or, I don't know, about sex or whatever in a year, or years or whatever. You say years. I think you put an S on it. You go back up here and look. Yeah, years. You put an S on it. I mean, well, she might love him as a friend, but even as a friend, I don't think I'd want to be that damn distraught friend. That distance. Especially if you got a pair of marriage license and stuff and going to be called his wife. I think you need to sit and talk and say what the hell is the problem. Because if without that, you're still in the dark. And the worst damn thing to be is in the damn dark. You know, if she says she doesn't love you anymore, okay, do you guys just want to live platonically? For the child's sake? The child's 14. I mean, he has probably heard of divorce in his life. Yeah, I don't like sex as a chore. Yeah. It's like I've always said, if you don't love me, don't hold me. I'm too much old fashioned for that shit. Because the other thing, if it in that case, it's just a mechanical, job. You know what I'm saying? Mechanical. It has nothing. There's no feeling there whatsoever. Yep. Gail's right. Heart to heart talk with her and seeing what the hell the problem is. Could be just something minor. She could think you don't love her no more. I've seen women do that shit. You don't love me no more. My wife used to say that all the damn time. Well, I'll sit there and have a damn talk. The talk don't cost you nothing except your emotions. If you're willing to hear the answer, I'm sure she's got one. It could be say, I don't love you no more. Or you don't love me because you don't treat me right. They got us. It could be any damn thing. Trust me. My wife was mad at me one time because I didn't buy something. And hell, it was like 3 years later and she's still mad about it. I said, well, hell, honey, you got a damn checking account yourself. Go buy it yourself. That's what I told her. I said, hell, you manage all the damn money. Go if you want something, go buy it. It's just not the same unless you do it. So I went and did it. Problem solved. Of course, it didn't make no damn sense. If she wanted, she could have bought it her damn self. And never buy nothing like a vacuum cleaner or a crock pot or something like that for your birthday, anniversary, or Christmas. Buy a goddamn crock pot and set it on this. Oh, I bought a crock pot. Well, let's see how it works. Or I bought a vacuum cleaner, but never in the time of a personal present. No, won't work. Uh, your anniversary, you always buy them negligees and something romantic. You know what I'm saying? Their birthday, hell, give them a night out. Or let her go out with her friends and give her $100. That's what. Well, I'm just saying, have you tried talking to her, Chew? Seriously, I mean, sit down, all kidding apart, and say, what's wrong, honey? You know, that's what I'm saying. Just what's wrong, you know? I took psychiatry in school for 2 years. Mainly because I thought I needed it. And I had to have it to pass my medical degree, psychology. Well, I hopefully it don't say that way, Gail, the rest of his life. Because he's missed too much as it is when he put the word S on the end of years. You shouldn't have not let that go on 15 minutes without a conversation. Difficulty, huh? I don't know. So you tried to talk to her. Yes or no? Hmm. Mm. I'd sit there. Have you tried to talking to her? That's what I'm curious. And it ain't none of my business. And my short-term memory, I probably won't remember tomorrow. Hopefully, it's something minor. I know it is. Just I feel it in my heart. There's something minor there that could be resolved by a conversation. Have you tried to find a babysitter for that kid? Leave with an aunt or uncle or something and go away for the weekend or a couple of days or something? Overnight stay, something? Go up and visit a friend somewhere. We was always taking trips, me and my wife, leaving the kids at home, thank God. Of course, hell, they was 20-year-olds anyway. They didn't need a babysitter. Uh-huh. So you've talked to her. What does she say? What does she say the problem is, or what's wrong, or what's something? If you talk to her, you said, "Yep, I've done that." Uh, what does she say's wrong? And I hope to God she didn't say, "Well, there's nothing wrong." My wife tried that for a while. No, there's something wrong because you're acting squirrely. I gotta plug this thing in. Oh. I was a good husband. Father, not so much. I gave him money. You tell him to go ask your mama. No, I don't think you can say too much because, Chew, I'm not the type of person to judge somebody else. Tell everybody. You wouldn't believe the damn. Every one of my damn kids except one's been married one time, and she's got a divorce, and she's still in love with her husband, even though he's been married 3 times after she divorced him. No, you can't judge anybody. I mean, my son's been married 3 times. My daughter, the other daughter, been married twice. Yeah. And God, they had 2 or 3 boyfriends or 2 or 3 girlfriends on top of that. You can't judge anybody. And if you do, there's something wrong with your head. Because if it wasn't for the grace of God, therefore go I. You know what I'm saying? So don't be judging anybody. And that goes for anybody on the side panel or anything else. You can't judge people. That's God's job. It ain't mine. Yeah. A lot of people said, and you can judge, but you know, but when you judge something, you judging yourself as it. That's why God told you thou shalt not judge. Because if you, how did he put that? Thou shalt not judge. Basically, because you're basically judging yourself. You know, you know, you know. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Well, I don't know. I'm just like I said. Me and my wife had such an open relationship. If she didn't like something, she didn't take 10 seconds to tell me. Because she was a domination. She was a dominant figure. She was basically the person that was over. Everything had to be her way or whatever. Yep, they know nobody wins. I mean, everybody's got problems, just that and the other. And for somebody to make fun of somebody else in their problems or say, ho ho, no. A person that's got a problem, if you can't help, my granny always said, if you can't help, damn sure don't do no harm. You know what I'm saying? But I always thought talking and this, that, and the other, because that's what I did in my relationship. We always had big, long conversations. Of course, we were friends and childhood sweethearts, and she was my best friend. You know, I was never really close to anybody but except her. Yeah, don't stay for the wrong reasons. I've heard people say, well, I'm going to stay to the kids. They're a certain age. Well, hell, all you do then is gripe and scream at one another, and the kids is the one that has to suffer. Nope. Have you ever thought about divorce, Choo Choo? Or has she ever mentioned divorce? Oh, me and my wife had our ups and downs. I separated twice. Of course, once I had to go graduate high school. I had to go back to California. She lived in Oklahoma. I had to go graduate high school. The second time, she thought I had a girlfriend. Well, there's something wrong with you. I said, yeah, Kathy, the reason we're not in bed 24/7, I've been working 20 hours a day. I'm tired. Because well, you've been gone almost, been 2 weeks and you ain't jumped my bones yet. I said, well, because I'm tired. Give me a day to rest. Oh, you divorced and remarried? What was the cause of the divorce the first time, Shoot? I don't understand divorce. I'll tell you that right now. I think the only way my wife got away from me is dying. I would have never divorced her. She'd had done that herself. I just claimed I'm married. I still claim I'm married today. Maybe you need to take it to the Lord and see what He wants you to do. Maybe He's led you to this spot here so you can get answers from other people. I don't know. But I can tell you what the Bible says about uh, divorcing somebody and remarrying them. Do you know what they? You can look that up yourself. I think it's in Numbers, and I will not tell you what it says. But he wasn't there favorable on it. No, Choo Choo, I can't say I'm going to tell you that. You just have to find that yourself in the Bible. That is something I would not do because I want not to influence somebody in their marriage. Because God said, what did He say? What God has put together, let no man put asunder. I believe that wholeheartedly. It's like I had a sister one time. Her old man was running around on him. Hell, I knew it. She had even had a kid by this woman. They'd been running around for 25 years. And I thought, and I didn't say a word. My sister's still mad at me over that one. I said, no. I said, if I'd have told you that he's cheating on you, of course, they're still together now, mind you. You just got mad at me or wouldn't believe me, so I wasn't telling you nothing. I said, eventually you're going to figure out. I said, you was a little slow. It took you 25 years. And I said, that little bastard kid he had was 25 years old when you found out. He knocked on the door and said he wanted to see his daddy. There you go. course, they're still together. The only reason she stayed with him now, he's had a massive stroke, and he don't even know where his ass is at right now. So she said that she's going to stay with him because till he dies, because it'd be look bad on her on the kids. I said, well, so she's taking care of him hand and foot. I said, well, he should go to his mistress, as far as I'm thinking. But that's beside the point. We don't talk that much anymore. But no, never start something between a husband and a wife or something like that. But when the Bible usually states something, there's a reason he states that. You know, I believe it's in Numbers. I'll have to look it up. Been a while. But he wasn't on that remarrying. It wasn't it. Now, there was one that a guy divorced his wife and she went to the streets. And it was his fault, not hers. And God told him to go back and get her. But this other one was, he just threw her out, I think, or something. But anyway, this other one about divorce was in Numbers. He's only 3 times he used that word in the Bible. It's the truth. Let's see what it is. Well, a lot of people stay with people. They've been married 30, 40, 50 years, and they just don't want to be alone. So they go ahead and stay with them till they die. I don't think I could have done that one. I believe that's what I call real hell. I'll tell you what, though. I've had an interesting day. I got to go out there in the ambulance tomorrow, and I'm going to start cleaning up stuff and get ready to go on my camping trip. Take my puppy dogs. Or he's got to be not quite so mean, or he's going to ride out there in a cage. He loves to travel, but he wants just me and him in the front seat. All the other people, dogs or whatever, somewhere else. We're nowhere near him. Because he'll run over there and get on my leg and look out the window, run over there and look out the other window. If he has to tromp over his 2 sons and his wife, the little mini pen, he's all pissed off about it. I need to make a video of that ambulance really in detail. I made a couple of them, but they're not really that good. I rearranged it. Instead of leaving the bed out all the time, I fold it back up and make a bench out of it. It gives the dogs more room to play in the back. I've got to go to Lowe's and get them a carrying pin or something to put them in till I set them up the tent or the camping area. I just don't like to tie my dogs up. I don't like that. I wouldn't want to be tied up. So, but I don't want them running out there and run in a car either, or a coyote get them, or something crazy shit like that. Maybe I'll make one tomorrow. I might have a hangout in it tomorrow. I've got to if I take my camera stand and might just take that thing with a light on it. Yeah, I think I'll do that. My fluorescent round circle. My son's got to go tomorrow to get him some medicine. Where he's got 3 or 4 places he's got to go. He wanted to know if I wanted to go. I said no, because he's going to run around town all day, and I've got plans. And then he said, "You want to go with me Friday to Kansas?" I think it's Kansas somewhere. I don't know. Get them welded. I said I might. Get me out of the house. And he's a truck driver. He don't like to stay very long in any place. You know, if we go up there to my land, the longest we stayed is 3 days. Yeah. I don't think I'll take some cash money with me, but not very much. I'll mainly just take my credit cards, which, my bank cards, my debit card. That way I won't have to worry about people stealing shit off of me. But I always carry some money in cash because some places don't take credit cards or debit cards, what do you want to call them? I thought you'd seen in some of my old videos. I got my Amlas. I got to take some of that stuff out. I've got 4 stoves in there. I'm gonna take one of them out. I'm about to take 2 of them out. I don't think I'll use my electric hot plate, so I might just take it out. I'm taking some weight out, so I won't have so much weight to carry. I've got 2 big barbecue propane tanks. I might just take one, leave the other one out. Got a bunch of little bottles, so I might not eat, Well, I might make a better one tomorrow because everything's changed. I've changed a whole bunch of stuff, odds and ends in that thing. I've got 2 heaters. I got, let's see, 1 electric heater, 2 propane heaters. I might just take 1 propane heater and leave the other. Man, I got a buddy heater. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to get some weight out of there. That's what I'm looking at. Got to take a bunch of weight out. Less weight, better gas mileage. Diesel's down though. It's not. I can get diesel $1.99 a gallon to $2.05. I don't know how much it is in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, but I'm sure it's up there. Well, state I'm in right now, I live in Oklahoma, in Crescent, Oklahoma, out in elderly place. Me and my wife bought a big house out here. Well, it was a small house, and I made it a big house. And then she passed away and left me to this damn big old monstrosity. So I live in Oklahoma. I own land in 2 or 3 states. I bought some places because basically I hate the boondock where I don't. Now, courtside's one thing. Going out there where there's a bunch of other boondockers, fine. But I don't like just pulling beside the road and say, I'm here. I'd rather buy a piece of property and then have electric and water and everything put on it. Then if I whip in there with my RV, all I got to do is hook up and pay the electric bill and the water bill. Most time, like one, I ain't even got water on it. But I carry enough water with me, but then I got one's just electric. All I got there is electric meter. Costs me about $15 a month to have a meter there, even if I don't use electricity. So they charge you even if you just have just a meter, because that way it's hot 24/7. So far, I went one time. Somebody had an extension cord run across to their property. I said, "Oh, I better lock that one up." I just undid the extension cord and put a lock on it. That way they couldn't plug it back up. I don't know why they just plugged up my extension pole though. Who cares? I wasn't nothing to cause a stink over. I just paid the bill and went on. I try to have no conflict. I was a no conflict person. I like everything calm and relaxing and quiet. But a lot of people nowadays, they want drama. Oh, God, let them go somewhere else. They want that damn drama. There's enough drama in my life. Oh, I found my other watch today. It was under this chair. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that I know, and 2 pocket watches. So hell, I'm in good shape, and I know what time it is. I got 2 of these watches that tells you your blood pressure and stuff like that. The other one though, it's hard to charge. I like this one here. It's got a little deal you just clip on it and it charges fast. And then I got a big high dollar watch, and I ain't wearing that one though. People think you got money in the job. Yes, at least want the watch. Uh, then I got a bunch of cheap watches. This watch here is the one I'll probably use. I've got 4,002 steps in today, and I'll have a few more. So I made my 4,000. I'm a long ways from my 9,000. So I've been pretty active today. And that's what I'm going to look at the side deal. Who else? Oh, Chris, like I said, he's got to go to the. What did he say? Something about his medicine and something he's got to do tomorrow. So I don't know. I have no idea what he's going to do. He didn't want me to go with him, so he's good enough. He's old enough to go by himself. I think he's the same age you are, Gail, somewhere in that figure. I don't know exactly how old you are. Hell, I'm 2 days older than dirt. Somebody had to push that shit up to stand up. I think I'll have a big birthday. My birthday in August. I'll be 90. I think I'll have a big party if COVID ain't here. I got all my damn kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, great-great-grandkids. Hell, I'll invite them all. Have a blowout on YouTube. Oh, I'm going to have a big party when I monetize. The night I monetize, we're having a hangout of all hangouts. I kept a hangout going for about a week once. Yep, I just every 8 hours, I'd switch it over. Before it went down, I'd just bring it on over. Re-up it again. Yep. Yes, I want to do that. Thank you, Gail. I'm going to test all my equipment before I leave out. And I got a bunch of extra little batteries and all this other good crap. Yeah. I'm going to take my scooter, my handicap scooter. I'm taking it with me. And I'm thinking about taking my bicycle. Maybe I'll get some pedaling in. But if I tell my kids I'm taking that bicycle, they're always worried I'm going to fall off that damn bicycle and break my neck. So I better leave it at home. That'll just cause them to worry. Yeah, that'll just cause them to worry. I think I'll leave the bicycle home. Just take the scooter. But you don't want to, after you set up camp, you don't want to drive around with your vehicle. You just want to ride your scooter and wave at people. A lot of people I've watched on YouTube and stuff. That's the main reason I'm going out there. There's already 4 or 5 people I watch every damn day on YouTube. I watch Living Free. He's crazier than a bed bug. Him and Sober, his little dog. Let's see. Whatever his name, he ain't even out there yet. He won't be out there till January. Until February the 8th. Oh, Bob Wales, he ain't gonna be even out there. I'm not too fond of him. I do watch his channel, but he's basically trying to make money off his channel. That's basically what to do. I didn't think, I don't know where you can make money off of YouTube or not. I just got into this, keep them going insane. My granddaughter got me involved in watching YouTube. She said, well, you sit there all day long and you don't even watch TV. It's just blaring over there. I thought, I don't know what's on. I thought, I don't know. I ain't never looked over there. Oh, and so she said, well, She got me watching funny videos, and then I said I wanted to make a comment. Well, hell, I didn't know you had to join the damn thing before you can make a comment. Well, then I decided I had a channel. I might as well do something with it. So I started making videos. A friend of mine says I make too damn many videos, making one in the morning and I used to make a couple, about 2 or 3 of them a day. Then I decided I'd just have a hangout. Yeah. But you get more watch hours, and maybe I get subs, hopefully. I'd like to have about, I don't know, 2,000. That way they can't knock me off, because I've only got 1,040 right now. 40 people could up and leave, and I wouldn't be able to monetize no more. What kind of job do you do, Chewy? See, he's taking his work home. I used to do that too. That ain't a good idea to take your work home. You don't get paid for it. That's my own businesses. I hate to take my own work home. Yeah. You guys have a great one in this, that, and the other. I'm going to stay on here another 25, 30 minutes. Hell, maybe some more people come by and say hi to me. I don't want to. There's a lot of people that tonight, they're having hangouts of their own. I'm going to have one tomorrow night too, and one after that, and one after that, except for Sunday. That's the Lord's Day. Yeah, I'm not going to get that crazy. I ain't going to infringe on the Lord. When I go out, I'm going out there to the courtside. Chris said he wanted to go. And told me that tonight. He said, well, Dad, if you're going, I guess I'll have to go with you. Making it like I need him, but I don't care. As long as he wants to go, that's fine. Oh, that's right. You told me that once before. I forget from day to day. Don't work too damn hard, though. Leave time for yourself, Chewy. Always leave time to yourself. No, I wish the hell I would. 47. No, I'm 39 now. That's what I'm going to start telling people. I'm 39. I was born at home. It's wrote down in the Bible. I'm not going to justify such a silly conversation. You can check all you want to. I can tell you a story behind that one, but I'm not. You don't deserve it. Like my daughter said, not everybody deserves your story. And you don't deserve my story. 20 years. I am going to go out there and have me a good time in the desert. And take my little dogs with me. They're my true little friends. Oh, my eyeballs hurt. It don't matter how old you are, it's how you act. I act like I'm 20. I'm still doing stupid things and making foolish mistakes. Boy, this guy loves me. Gail, have you heard enough of him already? Who are you? I don't know who the hell they are. Don't care. Their state of mind does not ensure my happiness, so I don't care. That's the way I look at stuff. Not one thing a person says or does influences me one way or the other because they're not making my living. I don't have to answer to them because I'm over 21. I wish I did. Yeah, hell, I'll lie. How about you want to lie about this time? I'm a virgin. Went down to Mexico one time. Oh, we was kids, and this kid was saying, "You want to go sleep with my mother? She's a virgin." I just fell over and started laughing. People like that, Gail, is not nice. They're a troll. They're a lonely person. They sit and probably isolate themselves from anybody. They have no friends. And that's their life. I mean, sad but true. You know, they have no life except for what they can impose themselves on others. That's the life that they chose for themselves. Which make me want to cry, but that's the way they've chosen it. I couldn't do it that way. I couldn't impose my life on others. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't want to be a cop. Uh, I wouldn't want to hold somebody's faith in my hand, or I wouldn't want to be a damn judge, or I'd rather be a counselor or something like that. Help people. Why don't you just tell us what you think's the truth? Then we'll be happy. You get one more time, then I'm gonna block you. Then you'll have to come back as another channel. Now they don't want to answer. You got 10 seconds. I'll wait. But I hope Choo Choo basically gets a better situation for himself. Hello, Granny. How's everything going down there? Did you get that dog pen built yet? Well, Saturday, huh? Got tired of that. I thought Gail was going to block it, but she didn't have nothing much to do with it. Well, there you go. That's true. Person don't like me, they don't have to stay. I don't care. I ain't holding my breath, are we, Granny? I hope Granny had somebody that was going to use her, and I think enough of her friends turned her into common sense, and she decided to back off away from that person. You're doing that Saturday? Good. Yeah, she almost got used. I've got used in the past too. You know what? I think that YouTube should do like Facebook. You should be able to pick your friends that sub you, and I'm not just saying block them. I'm saying they should be getting a better clientele. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're just going to be a butt head and use people and irritate people, you should have your what is that ULD on your blocked and done away with. You know what I'm saying? Randy had, like I said, in her she's had some people try to use her and say, "Oh, you're my friend," and oh, but she wasn't. He wasn't. She's about to get burnt big time. And I wasn't the only one trying to help her. There's other people trying to tell her what was going on too. She's a sweet person. She has a lot of common sense when she makes her videos. If you don't mind me telling, Granny, it's always got a theme behind it. Half full, half empty, like a glass of water, or she makes a theme behind it, like some common sense. What, so on and so forth. So I make sure I watch her every day. She puts something up. Yeah. Like I said, that's one reason I want to monetize, but I really, how can I put this? I really don't need no help with this, that, and the other. But somebody said that they share your channel more if you monetize. I thought, okay, I'll do that. You know, uh, you ain't gonna make no living killing out of it. Well, you're more than welcome, Granny. Like I said, I wished I lived closer. I'd be over there trying to help you with your dog pen situation and so on and so forth. And it's hard. My son, like I said, hires people to get the tree limbs up just because he knows I can't do it myself. When you get at a certain age, let's say 60 and above, or sometimes 55 if you've had a hard life, you just can't do what you used to do. You can't, uh, drag that brush or rototill that garden or what. I mean, there's a lot of things you can't do. You're just physically unable, you know. And when you get to that point, you really don't need anybody irritating you, this, that, and the other. And you hate to ask anybody. You usually end up hurting yourself because you thought, I'll do it myself. I'll just do it myself. And that's where I hurt my back. I lifted up them generators and they was, I don't know, 150, 200 pounds apiece. I can lift. I'm not a weakling, but I'll pay for it later, And I should have said, no, I've got better enough sense to try to lift that generator and put it up on that table. But I did it anyway. And then I was down for 3 days, couldn't even roll out of bed. Nope, that wasn't smart. So, like I said, physical things, a lot of us can't do stuff like that anymore. And there's a lot of my handicapped friends, they might be 45 or 50 years old, but they can't do it either. They've hurt their backs or legs or something in an accident, and they just can't do it anymore. And you hate to ask somebody. You feel like, oh my God, I'm just using them people. No, when I was young, I helped people that needed help. And now, like I said, I've got a little bit of money, this, that, and the other, but I've been burnt. And I used to give people help and donations, and then I got took for 10 grand one time, and I don't do that shit anymore either. My kids tried to put me in a damn nursing home. I said, so therefore my daughter took over my big finances, and I don't get money anymore. She puts it up. So there you go. And I ain't going to the damn nursing home for nobody. And that's the truth. Yep, I ain't put my ass in no damn nursing home assisted living as it is. I'm in a damn elderly community. Next step's in the damn nursing home. With that damn COVID, I wouldn't last very damn long. Well, thank you. Yeah, people like you just irritate the shit out of me. It's like they want to just start something with you, and I do not like to get upset. That's why I just let him rattle on like whatever. He thinks he's doing something or she's doing something. Let him go. Let him have a party. Don't care. I'd rather talk to friends and people that needs a little bit of, hopefully Chew works out everything. I mean, we're not living his life, and I'm not going to judge his life. I will not judge somebody's whatever. That's like, I used to go to this one person's channel, and he or whatever, she was one of them, get the word right, triple people. No, it wasn't triple. Transgender people. I thought something like that. But anyway, I didn't judge them. That was their life. And I'm sure it was going to be a hard one. You don't know what sex you are. Okay, I understand that one. Well, I tried to anyway. But the point about it is, I ain't going to sit there and judge somebody. That's God's job. I don't, as far as I know, Granny can vouch for this. He don't need no help. Yeah, I do too much. I've got an auction machine like Granny wears. I try not to wear it all. I wear it sometimes when I'm really down, but I try to keep my oxygen level up. It's just you get old, your lungs wear out. I mean, hell, everything wears out. Your hair runs away. I wasn't bad looking back in the day. But that's what I'm saying. It just irritates me about people won't start something. I really don't care What a lot of people say, I used to just get mad and stay off the internet for 2 or 3 days, but then I wouldn't do nothing but accomplishing what they wanted me to do is just get mad and say to hell with the internet. Well, no, it's out here and it's free. you know. Yeah, he's a nice person. There's a lot of nice people on the internet. Of course, I got a hold of a bunch of users too, Granny. I learned my lesson on them. You hadn't took as bad as I was. I got took for $10,000 one time trying to help somebody, and then of course I gave 5,000 to another person that wanted an RV, helped him buy an RV, and then they just turned around and sold the RV. So basically, I gave him $5,000. So I don't do nothing anymore like that. Don't help nobody, and now I can't because I get a little allowance my daughter gives me. Of course, it's plenty enough for my benefits. But if something major like I need a wash machine or a refrigerator or another car or something goes wrong with the car, I have to ask permission. Like, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of money, Randy. I had a lot of money put up. I still got some, but I can't get to it. And I don't worry about it anymore either. I don't want for nothing. I've got food, clothing. It's just the major big things. My daughter's an accountant. She stepped in to say, no, I'm not going to let anybody use Dad. You know what I'm saying? Because I was basically lived the isolated life. I left home on an Amish farm at 10. I knew about what went on in the 40s. But then, like I said, later on in life, I worked in a lab and you didn't talk to anybody but 6 or 8 lab people in there. That's all you knew about the outside world. Go to work, come home, go to work, come home. So I didn't really figure out how the world worked. Well, there's a lot of mean people out there, and a lot of mean user people. Oh, I'm your friend. I'll help you. But yeah, right. The one thing, like I said, I helped that person get an RV because they needed something to live in. And then the other person was supposed to make videos on homeless people, or basically the forgotten children of the world that run away from home or abandoned, and they're living on the streets. And that's what the whole video was supposed to be. Basically, it was supposed to be a movie. So there's where that went. I love people. They act like they know you. Oh, yes. In some records, when I went to military the first time, I had to give my name, and so I got to pick a name, more or less. And they didn't know how old I was, so I had to tell them how old I was. And then when I was borrowing money off for Fannie Mae and Fannie Mac, I put my age a lot younger so I could borrow money. You can't borrow money from a bank, Granny, after you get 60 years old. And I'm telling you the truth. Go borrow. Try without any collateral or anything else. Go try to borrow money from a bank at 60. They won't loan it to you. And the older you get at our age, they ain't gonna loan you nothing because you might die and still owe money. And everybody thinks they can screw the elderly any way they want to. Well, I'm not as stupid as I look like. Of course, I look pretty damn stupid, and I've done some stupid things. But I know when to spot a user. And like I said, Granny almost got bit, but there was a lot of good friends backing her up. Of course, like I said, and I hope she knows what I was talking about, because she's about to get burnt. And when you associate yourself with a person of lower morals or lower regards, you could get classified as them, as a user. You know what I'm saying? That was the main thing. Using somebody's good name, let's say Granny, and doing not good things with it. So therefore she get pulled in to say, well, she ain't a good person. You see what I'm saying? And that ain't what the point about it. There you go. She knew exactly who I was talking about, everything else. And I ain't mentioned the person's name. But the point about it is, yeah, and you don't talk filth. You're talking to women and young girls. You don't know who's listening to this damn video or your hangout. You don't talk filth and trash. And what woman in their right mind want to be treated like a streetwalker? You know, not any woman I ever run around with. even the even the ladies of the night don't want to be treated like the ladies of the night. They want to be treated with dignity and respect. You know, and I don't need pictures of everybody that comes on my channel, especially if they're a woman. I don't need a picture of them. Yeah. Yeah. I thought you as a person watched that person's videos, but I guess you didn't. Well, like I said, I try to treat everybody with kindness, dignity, and respect. And I'm heavy on the kindness. Because there's a lot of crazies out there in the world. My God. I mean, some of these people, I've seen drama so bad on people's channel. That's all they want to do is get in a conflict with somebody else on your channel. Really? I'd rather talk about the weather. God forbid. And the weather, I hope, is that we have a mild winter. I quit growing a garden because I couldn't get down and chill the soul. And so I quit growing a garden. I tried to raise beds for a while. That was better. I didn't have to get on my hands and knees. I went one time to the doctor. My grandson took me. Well, two of my grandsons took me up there to the doctor. Well, actually, it was the hospital to see my wife. She's in the hospital. And so I got down. I sat on the curb to tie my shoe. That's what I did. And I couldn't get up. So both them boys, and now they was in their 20s, stout as oxes. They was pulling on and jerking on. I said, "Oh, please leave me alone. Let me crawl over here to this tree and I'll pull myself up." You know, that's hurting me more than be crawling on the ground was. Crazy people. Yeah, like I said, one of these days, when you get a certain age, and you have to be that certain age, I think you have to be 45 at least, you realize that, you know, the world does not evolve around you. It evolves around the world, you know. Because up until you're about 45, you think everything, a lot of people think everything revolves around them. Well, it don't, you know. That's just like, who was it? One of the scientists before, they used to believe the world, even the church used to believe the earth was in the center of the universe. Well, no, the sun is, and everything revolves around it. But anyway, they used to think the earth was the center of the universe and everything revolved around it. Well, thank you very much. It's just kindness. I don't know where people left out kindness anymore. I mean, is your life that horrible that you can't be kind to others? I've seen people be kind to a stray dog, but then they wouldn't be kind to a homeless person. You know, don't they realize that if it wasn't for the grace of God to put you where you're at, you could be in that person's position, just other than the grace of God? You know, something could happen where you're the homeless person. You know. Now I ain't saying be gullible, but I said kindness is, you don't have to run up there and start kicking this homeless person. That ain't very kind. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to give them any money or anything else, but you can at least be kind. You don't look at them with disgust in your mind. You know, and one thing about God, He knows what you think. There you go. He knows exactly what you think. So therefore, there's no hiding anything from God. So if He knows what you think before you think it, then he's pretty well got control and knows who you are. And I'll tell you what I found out in life. If you dream a dream, that's your subconscious, and it's telling you what kind of person you are. If you're irritable at somebody or hateful to somebody, or let's say you have a tendency to, I don't know what I would say, be smart to somebody or smart off to somebody, or a tendency to be hateful or crappy, or a thief, or let's keep naming anything, or, a murderer or what, you dream this dream. And if you ain't showed kindness in this dream to others or whatever, that's really what kind of person you are. So, and you make a choice as you're in your subconscious, what you basically said, no, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that really gives you if you remember your dreams. I dream in color anymore. Didn't used to, but now I do. I dream in color. But that'll show you what kind of person you truly are. Because if you're mad at somebody, my deal about being mad at others is just avoid the other people. If you can't get along with somebody, just stay away from them. There's no sense letting you get pulled down with it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you let somebody pull you down, then all they want to do is ruin your day. And nobody has the right, in my opinion, to ruin somebody else's day. That's be like somebody telling somebody all the time you're worthless, you ain't no good, you're ugly, so on and so forth. You don't have the right to do that to another human being. You don't. And if you do, boy, how screwed up are you if you think you got the right to do that and keep doing something like that? You are screwed up. I don't even think a psychiatrist helped your ass. When are they going to come and do the rest of that work for you, Granny? If you didn't live so far in Tennessee, I might even come down there. I used to have a friend that lived in Tennessee, and he kept hitting me up for money. He hit me up for money, and eventually I just flat told him, said, no, I ain't going to give you no money. And he never was my friend no more. He just kept wanting to get money off of me. When he found out he couldn't get no more, he was done with me. Just as well. Saturday, huh? But he was in Tennessee. He was he keep bringing up my mistakes of giving other people money, but you didn't ever give me no money. Like, I finally figured it out after he said it 1,000 times. All he wanted me for was to be his friend, so he could give him money or give him something. And I quit that shit too. For me, I would, like I said, I'd rather, if it was physical or whatever, maybe I could do it, or this, that, and the other. But no, I found out on YouTube there's just too many people. If you don't believe me, you can go over there to the GoFundMes, just type on YouTube GoFundMes, and there's hundreds of them. Literally hundreds of them. Yep, that's what's so sad. There's hopefully there ain't that many people that's really in bad shape. Hopefully 99% of them are just scammers. I worked all my damn life, and I planned on dying at my desk, and that didn't work. I ended up with cancer. Of course, I was way past retirement age, but I woke up with cancer. Woke up one time and had cancer, so they had to let me go because I wouldn't be able to, do my job. And that about killed me, worse than the cancer. You're right, 90% are scammers. You bet your ass they are. They took me a few times. When I got on YouTube, I thought, well, everybody's nice and friendly and kind and blah, blah, blah. Well, that was a lie. I should have probably never got on YouTube. And then you get a bunch of trolls telling you more about yourself than they make up who you are. Well, no, I'm not that person. Yeah. Like I said, it gets you to the point, Granny, you don't want to trust no one. Nobody. And you can't be kind to somebody. I was kind to this person for 2 years. And all he was trying to do is groom me so he could get a big chunk of money off of me. He even wanted me to put him in his will, my will. Really? You're not my kid. You're not even kin to me. Yeah. So I'm going to put you in my will to give you a percentage of my life earnings or my life wealth. I got 3 kids, and they can just determine what they get. And if they want to give to their kids or their kids' kids, that's their business. I am going to leave that one grandson that Volkswagen that's worth $14,000. He'll probably sell it, but I promised him if he get it running, he can have it. So he doesn't get it running, they're still going to have it. You know, I've learned my life lesson on YouTube. Ooh, my goodness gracious! And you know what gets me? They never have a channel. A troll does not have a channel, no content. That channel ain't been up in 3 days or 30 minutes. I said, okay. Are you really ashamed of yourself that you want to hide your identity? That's why I ain't ashamed of myself. Yeah, I've been doxxed so many times it's unreal. They know exactly. Hell, it's a wonder they don't know my social security number. Yeah, they just make up stories. They want the nitty gritty. They want your life history. Like sometimes, like my daughter said, not everybody deserves your life history. Yeah, praying for a person, that's probably what we should be doing with a lot of these people. Compare a prayer. I'm going to tell you something. Granny vouch for this. She reads the Bible a lot. I don't know how much Gail reads. But if you have something against a person, you won't enter into the kingdom of heaven. But you have the right to stand before God when a person comes up to go to heaven and says this person, brings something in his past or whatever, and that'll keep that person from going into heaven. But it also keeps you from going into heaven too. So if you're willing to change your life to keep you out of paradise, to keep somebody else out of paradise, it shows how selfish some people are, you have the right to do it. Like, okay, that'd be pretty damn stupid, I think. Knock me out of heaven just because I'm going to knock this other person out of heaven. Nah, that's how dumb some people are. Yep. My whole theory about a lot of things, kindness and respect and consideration goes a long ways. Yeah. That's the way I look at a lot of things. And I used to have a lot of trolls that used to follow me. Just like I told them, I said, you're as a person and influencing how I eat, what I wear, or how well I live, or how poor I live. So what's the use of it? You see what I'm saying? If they had any, what is that word I'm looking for? Any bearing or any to my life, forget that word. See, I told you that's what a stroke does. It doesn't influence my life one way or the other. In other words, it's not making me richer or poorer or taking one dime away from her or adding one dime to me. I'd be lucky that, like I said, I can't even get 4,000 people hours in a year. So, and I'm having hangouts. I can't even get 4,000 people 4,000 hours in a year. So like I say, I might get 25 cents a month out of YouTube. I just want $4.85 or something like that. They take off my PayPal card because I had to get a PayPal card to get water up there in Montello. So if they pay that $4.50 a month, I'm satisfied. I can pick enough aluminum cans to make $4.50 a month. Yeah, that's what they call it. That is mental abuse. They just want to. Their life is so sad, Gail and Granny, that they want to belittle you to make. How do I put this? So they can be above you. So you'll be below them. They're above you. I got I got him mad. I got him irritated. No, that don't work that way. Who cares? That's what I'm saying. Who cares? I just don't. I don't understand people like that, and I probably never will. What happened to my show? Oh, what happened here? What happened? Cancel. Am I there now? I don't know what happened. It just went crazy. I don't know where people can see me or not. But like I said, tomorrow night we'll try it again. Maybe we'll get the same troll back. It was exciting for a while, like I started listening to it. Yeah. They just want you to. They just want you. I don't know what the hell they want. Don't worry about it. Are you going to give us more, Granny? Are you going to give us more update on your channel when things start getting done? Could and your grandson, I guess, just up and gave you that dog to adopt till he gets out of the military. Good Lord, if he makes it a career, you'll have that dog till it dies. That's all right. I like dogs. I don't think I'd pick that big a dog, though. I have a hard time with my little bitty ones. That one dog, big boy, one time, he was trying to bite one of the other dogs, and he bit my hand instead because I wasn't going to let him bite the other dog. I learned real quick I don't do that again. I ain't sticking my hand down between them when they're fighting. I thought I was going to push him apart or pull his mouth off the other one biting. He bit me instead. He did it by accident. He didn't mean to, but still hurt. I was in pain. That dog's hard to handle. That's what I said. I'm a little bitty dog. I can't get drug across the yard. Yeah. Well, he probably didn't, Granny. He probably didn't have nobody else to leave it to, and he really loved the little dog, so he wanted to keep it. And he's probably his finances couldn't help you either. So there you go. He's your grandkid. You'll do anything for your kids, grandkids, and great grandkids, and great great grandkids if you live that long. That's what I'm saying. There you go. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about something that makes us happy. What makes you happy? That's what we're going to talk about. So you guys get, my regular people, you get a thinking about what really makes you happy. You know. Hello, Mel Mel. Now that man can show you how to save some money. He's a great, what they call it, organizer and plan. He put you on a saving plan. Yeah, I know he don't have nowhere to leave him, and thank God you're kind-hearted. Because some people have to give their dog up to the Humane Society, and they just turn around and euthanize them. I don't like that either. Of course, like I said, my little dog had puppies, and I decided to keep both of them. I wasn't about to give them to. It was my mistake, so I might as well give them a good life to as long as they live. But I don't want no more of them. Make a game of it, you bet. We all need a game of saving money. I just pour all my change in a big barrel. Got a couple of them. Milk cans is what I pour my money in. Got some old antique milk cans, 10-gallon milk cans. I don't know how much change is in there, but they're full. I ain't got a third milk can, so I've only got 2. Then I got change in little buckets. Maybe I was the cause of the shortage of change. There is a shortage of change. They told everybody, get back your change, about like they did the silver dollars. Granny should remember that. They collected up all the silver and gold coins and silver dollars and made you, turn them back in. Yeah, I think they're going to do that with the change too. Then they'll start doing. They probably won't have change. They'll just have paper money. Your taxes will be that candy bar costs you $1 and $1 in tax. There you go. Or they'll probably do away with paper money. We'll all be on a credit card or a debit card system or a chip in your hand. That ain't gonna be good. Yep. Well, I hope that tomorrow night is well, I know she remembered. Yeah, we ain't that young anymore. I'd like to be 39, 49, 59, 69, 70. I didn't be 79. Well, one of these days, my grandma, she used to tell everybody she was 39 years old and she lived way up past 100. Yep, she said, a lady don't never get over 39 years of age. She came from the South. And a gentleman never asked a lady how old they are. How about that one? That's what she'd say too. Well, you guys have a great evening. I've enjoyed it. Tomorrow night about 7 o'clock, we'll have another hangout. And hopefully we might accomplish nothing or accomplish something or nothing at all. But I think tomorrow night we'll talk about happiness. What makes us happy? And there's a million things to talk about what would make a person happy. So think about that. Have a great evening. Talk to you tomorrow.